Hello everybody and welcome to another story analysis. We're wrapping up the Vikings today with Chapter 2, Part 6, The Great Raid, and we're attacking a capital city in the Mire called Koto, which I think is a reference to Kyoto in actual Japan. So before we get started, let's go ahead and listen to the story.
Koto, the Emperor's city, high on a stone cliff, defended by crumbling bridges and gates, and by a force that was far too small for such a vast place. The city was ripe for plunder.
All right, pretty cool. So we're going to be raiding a bridge. Before we get started, I just want to say, guys, thanks for hearing me out in the last video that I released. Lots of stuff has happened since then. I lost my uncle. He died not long after I made that video, so had to take a brief break from gaming for a little bit to deal with that, and still working on the whole rebranding thing. We're figuring that out piece by piece, and I promise I'll give y'all an update on that once I know more. But really appreciate you guys getting me so close to 200 subscribers, and again, in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't seem like a lot, but I never even thought I'd get that far, so really appreciate you guys and all you do. Got more questions to answer today. Really excited. And the first one I'll go ahead and hit right now is I was asked, would Vikings do an espionage style mission like we saw in the last episode? And no, not really, because you got to realize Vikings are raiders. They're not battlefield warriors. They're not an army. They're just raiders. They're essentially pirates. They usually wouldn't need or use espionage tactics. They look for very lightly defended territories.
3 days we fought on that bridge.
3 days. That's a long time.
That bridge lay a whole city full of plunder. And if we failed now, we would leave with nothing to show for it.
Ooh, getting serious.
One more push would do it.
All right, I'm going to head up here with my buddy Patrick Sates Berserker. But anyway, yes, as I was saying, not really into the whole espionage thing. They're more of find a weak target, hit it fast, and get out. Ooh, the hyper armor got me. Ah, got me again. Today's not my day. Let's see if I can redeem myself, because we're not even at the main baddie yet. I got him. Okay, so I was also asked the question of to explain Japanese foreign politics. Like, how did the Catholic Church influence them? Before I answer that,
On days of peace, the samurai bells fill the sky with song. After that day, the song of peace would not ring for a long time.
and she seems very happy about that. Okay, so anyway, in answer to your question about the policies, I'm going to answer that question when I get into the samurai videos, into the samurai episodes. Because I'm in a constant state of fighting in this level, that's a lot to go into for such a complex topic. So I will answer it, just not in this video, probably in the next one. But it is an excellent question. I do want to talk about what the Catholic Church did and how Europe influenced Japanese foreign policies. It's very interesting. It really is. There, dealt with that. I saw an eye over here. Oh.
The Vikings built flimsy war machines to break down rotten gates. That bridge was once unassailable. Now it was simply an open walkway.
Viking siege weapons would be pretty flimsy. They'd usually be rushed and thrown together. You wouldn't see a lot of really advanced looking stuff like what you'd see with the knights. Now, another question that I got asked is, what are my thoughts on Apollyon coming back? Like, Apollon's apparently back, guys. The Horkos Order is apparently being led by her. I don't know how much of that is true, but if it is, I want to know, how did she come back? How did she come back and why? What's the deal here? It's interesting to me. I'm very interested to see where that goes, or what that means for the future of For Honor. I'm not sure if she's really back or if Horkos just agrees with her ideals and uses her as an ideologue or a symbol. So that'll be interesting to look into. Another question that I was asked was, did the samurai ever live in a place like the Mire? Well, consider that Japan is loaded with all kinds of different ecosystems and biomes and stuff like that. You've got mountainous regions, snowy regions, beach regions, marshlands, plains. You got all kinds of places, so it stands to reason that there would be some parts very similar to the Mire.
When my people see these statues, they often believe them to be gods or spirits, holy to the samurai. Why is it so hard for us to imagine that they are simply art?
Because we constantly like to apply meaning to art where there isn't. It's not a criticism, guys, it's just something that we do. We quite often look at something that's simply a picture and we say, oh, I wonder what this means. I used to tell this joke when I was teaching English. No, literally, when I was teaching English, I would tell this joke. I would say, the author says that the sky is blue. An English grad will tell you, oh, well, this clearly means that the sky is filled with the blue melancholy of his depressed soul. And when the author actually means, actually, the sky is just blue. So sometimes we like to apply things where there aren't things, if that makes sense. Let's clear out these archers. Once I clear out the archers, I'll get to the next question. I'll also point out that this bridge is a little big for what Japan would actually have, but it's not entirely inaccurate. The way it's built and constructed, it looks like what you would see with a really, really big bridge like this. So it's pretty cool. Not a lot of problem. Now the next question that I got asked, which is an excellent one, was did the samurai participate in naval warfare? That's an interesting question, and no, they really didn't. There was only one real engagement where naval warfare was necessary, and that was in the invasion of Korea to get into China. In that instance, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who was the acting de facto leader of the Japanese military, rallied his samurai and armies to invade Korea, and he needed a navy. But the Japanese ships were not built for naval combat, really. They were big and clunky, they didn't have cannons on them, and the primary means of battle was they would ram the ship into the enemy ship, jump off, and then board the enemy ship to do hand-to-hand combat because they were just better at that. The Korean ships were actually competently built. They had cannons on them. Some of them were turtle boats, which had domes on the top to prevent boarding. And their admiral, Yishun Sen, was a genius of naval combat. I really should just do a video on him. He deserves one. He deserves an entire video dedicated to him. He's just that awesome. And I will probably do that at some point. I will probably do a full video on Yishun Sen, or series on Yishun Sen. But anyway, yeah, so after that, they really didn't have need for another navy because, well, the navy, this poor Nobushi, the navy wasn't needed. They weren't being invaded by anybody by sea, and most of the infighting was being done on the land anyway. So they would never really advance their navy or do anything new with it because there wasn't a need. Oh, let's see this.
This is no gate.
It's a space station.
It's more like a door.
That works too. Walking over with the grapple hook. Hey, watch this magic trick. Boom.
It's not a bad idea. You might live.
I love that look she gives him, just like, really? Uh-oh, the horn.
The All-Father's favor is a fickle thing. Impress him with your audacity, and he will see you through to victory.
Okay.
But let audacity grow into overconfidence, and he will deliver you to your enemies.
Very cool. Man, we were having fun too. You know, you could have just said you had fun too, really. Just... Okay, so yeah, Japanese Navy really wouldn't get modernized until 1600 with William Adams, but that's a different story entirely. We'll get to that some other time. But again, great question. I really like that. Hello. Oh, whoa. If I remember right, these were the most annoying part of the story mode for me last time. Ooh, stopped his attack just in time. I like that. Get out of my face. You're done. And this one's name is Pinocchio. He wants to be a real boy. All right, guys, come help. Y'all were all screaming. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Get in here. The last question that I'll answer today from you guys is, did the samurai make up the bulk of the Japanese army? And depends on which era you're talking about. By the Sengoku period, there were a lot of samurai running around, but I wouldn't say that they made up the bulk. That would probably be the Ashigaru. The Ashigaru were the foot soldiers that you'd send out. They weren't really samurai, but soldiers that would stand on the front lines and do some of the forward fighting for you. Remember, samurai is a social class, and you're born into it. It's not just something you can become.
I will enjoy this.
Especially after the Edo period when they outlawed that kind of stuff. Yeah, Toyotomi Hideyoshi made it so that... Toyotomi Hideyoshi made it so that you couldn't just... become samurai whenever you wanted to be. Oh, little tip. When he starts spinning his katana like that, he's open for a guard break. Come on, Tozen, say the line. I want to hear you say it just once. Just once, Tozen. Come on, say the line. No, that's not it. You know the line I want, Tozen. Say the line, man. Oh, come on. You're not even going to say it? Come on. I got to hear him say the line. Please don't ever say that again.
Such skill.
Yes, I have a lot of skill. Why is that? Would you describe it as legendary because of my status as a warrior, which would be a raider? You want to... Please, just say the line. I am begging you here. I'm begging you. Come on. Come on, I'm begging you. Just say it once. It's the only thing people remember you for, Tozen. Say it.
This cannot be.
Oh, come on. That would have been so much better if you went, Nani? Or Bakana. Come on. My Japanese is better than this. He didn't say the line! Aww. I'm so sad now.
Outstanding.
Legendary, you son of a gun. I am a raider. Legendary. Run away! Run away! Moving speech right there, moving. I mean, my goodness. Any other brilliant words of anecdote to add to that? poetry, pure poetry, nay, beyond Shakespeare. I tell thee, Edgar Allan Poe weeps at the sound of this vernacular. And they say Vikings are uncultured. Did you hear that? Did you? My goodness. Oh no. Oh goodness. Ah, bear man. Man, bear pig. What are you?
Gates open.
So I see. That is the first full sentence we've gotten since killing Tozen.
We had done it. Beyond those gates, riches, spoils, plunder. The great raid of the Warborn clans would become legend.
Oh, come on, say the line. You are a raider, legendary. Please, Apollyon, save us. Say it. Dang it. Oh, well. Okay, guys, I guess that was it. Really good. Wait, what? 5 years? What? I don't remember this.
If the commanders of the Iron Legion
Oh.
know about that.
Ah!
Now we can speak freely.
Spinning his sword.
That's a relief. We're all your humble servants, Master. So, what is the real plan?
War. The natural state of our species.
Hey, Ted. Bye, Ted.
Yet these monsters flee from it. They're cowards. We must be brave for them.
We cannot hope to trigger war everywhere.
We can. If we recruit our enemies to the cause.
Okay, now I think it's over. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, okay. So, really cool. I'll discuss that Apollyon scene that we just saw later in her own dedicated video. I'm going to make a video dedicated to Apollyon, just talking about her and her character. So I'll definitely be addressing that. Great questions today, guys. I had a lot of fun with this level. It used to be the hardest one for me because I always had so much trouble with Tozen, but now that I've gotten so much better at the game, he's hardly a problem anymore. I hate that he didn't say the line. That's, for those of you who don't know, there was a time when all this character would say is just, "You're a raider, legendary," and he'd repeat this line over and over again. It's become a joke now. I wanted him to say it just once so I could make fun of it, but no, he never said it. He never said, and that kind of bothers me. I'm like, man, did they take that line out? Did they take that away from him? Because that was a very funny, memeable line. But anyway, guys, lots of fun with this one. Really, really happy with the Viking level. That was great. That was really cool. It kept Apollyon just out of it enough to keep it unique to the Vikings, and I liked diving into the way the Vikings reacted to what Apollyon did. That was really interesting. But anyway, guys, that does it for the Viking series. We're done with that. We're on to the last third of this, the Samurai, starting with Chapter 3, Part 1, Duty. And we will pick that up in the next video. But guys, if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I will get to the question about Japanese foreign policies, the church and Europe cause, which will be very fun to talk about. I will probably do a series on Yi Sun-sin, who is a Korean admiral. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do that too, because that may be something I do. Also, still working on the rebranding stuff. I'll give you updates on that. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. And I will see you in the next video of the story analysis and For Honor. Take care, you guys.